Hello and welcome to the MiniMapCast, MiniMap's weekly games podcast, your favorite video games podcast. My name is Jeremy, and joining me this week is a very special guest, Kerry Palmer.
Hey, it's me! I'm back, baby!
Hi, Kerry. Welcome to the MiniMapCast.
I'm so excited to be here. I've been watching all your episodes for a long time.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Like, you guys are, you come in with great insights. You have great fun on the show. I'm stoked to be here.
You sound like one of our wonderful Apple podcast reviews, which I found like 8 months after the fact.
I mean, we were asking and we never looked.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, there's a lot of places to look is the thing, because they all have their own fucking review system. Did you know that Stitcher shut down?
What?
Yeah, I got an email
What do you mean?
I got an email a little while ago being like, Stitcher is shutting down. I was like, what? And like I looked over, like, and they were like, yeah, we've got like 30 days left in the tank before like the entire website is just going down. And I was like, oh my God.
CBS News. It's the latest casualty of an economic downturn that has swept the technology and entertainment sectors, including the podcasting business. Quote, the Stitcher app and website will discontinue operations on August 29th, 2023.
Yeah, so if you're on Stitcher, you're gonna get this episode and then never any other episode later. So make sure you give us a cheeky little subscribe and follow.
One more. There should be. Oh wait, no, because it'll publish after the 29th.
Yeah. It'll go live after. Yeah.
Well, Sam says who? Stitcher. We use them to. They sort of push the feed out to lots of other apps, don't they? Is that? Am I remembering that correctly, or are they just yet another podcasting app?
They were just another one.
Okay.
Like we had a presence there in terms of like I added us to them, but that's it. Like I don't know anyone that used it. Who uses Stitcher? Like I think that they tried to push original programming for a little bit, but it just didn't catch on for them.
Apparently, it was one of the oldest podcasting apps.
Yeah, it had been around for quite a while, but like it's not one of those ones that was like a really popular one. So there you go. Kerry, do you want to take it away?
Oh man, I hope I'm ready. I've been sick. I finally got the COVID. And like I've been all right, but I've been resting, like a parrot talking to John Cleese, or trying to be sold to John Cleese, and I'm back.
What?
But my you know the scene where the pet shop owner tries to sell John Cleese the parrot.
Yeah, that's right.
He's like, this is a dead parrot.
Yes, yeah.
He's like, no, he's resting.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Anyway, I've been resting.
Yeah.
Except I'm back now.
Yeah.
Point is, my voice has been a little messed up. I was on a work call probably about 10 days ago, and they were like, "Oh, I just want to update you on some things." I'm like, "Yeah, I could do a call." And they're like, "Oh my God, Gary, you sound absolutely fucked." So that's been part of the reason why I've been waiting. My voice is mostly here, but I may have moments where I cough a bit and maybe need to take some Ventolin or have a drink. So I'll do my best to mute my microphone. Besides from that, we're ready to go here with with a topic that came off the top of my head mere hours ago, which nearly never happens. It happens with Jeremy sometimes, like a topic coming in hot off the dome, but rarely does it happen with me.
Yeah.
We are about to rank all of the Smash Ultimate characters, which is, I guess, just every Smash Ultimate character, but just in terms of how we like them or don't. It's not at all like a power ranking or like a competitive whatever.
Much like everything that is on Minimap, it's purely just based off just the general vibe of the thing.
Yeah. So if you're ready to rank nearly 85 characters on Smash Bros character roster, then you're in the right place. Here I go. I'm going to read the intro, everybody, and then we're going to get right to it. So if you weren't aware, this is the MiniMapCast, minimap.com.au's weekly games podcast. We go live on all podcast platforms, except not Stitcher soon, every Wednesday with 24 hours of early access given to all of our wonderful patrons. More on that in just a second. If you like what you're hearing, make sure to tell your friends, give the show a positive rating like on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
But if you're on Stitcher, don't bother with the rating there. It's fine. Like
honestly, give us a negative one.
No, don't do that.
Like,
but just don't do it.
Use us as a positive way to express frustration in your life. Go for it. Give us that thumb down.
Yeah,
we can take it.
Yeah, we can take it. We can take it.
We can take it. we'll be your thumb down therapy.
Yeah, but only on Stitcher. Nowhere else, please.
Only on Stitcher. If you're ever gonna give us a thumbs down, only on Stitcher. If you're gonna rate us everywhere else, we'd love it if you gave us a positive rating. It does make a huge difference, and it only takes a few seconds.
Yeah.
If you want to get notified every time a new episode is released, you can follow us on social media. We are at MiniMapAU on Twitter. I refuse to call it the other thing. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and also Twitch, where we are live every Monday night, 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time for the live recording of the MiniMapCast. You're welcome to join us during the live recording on Twitch, where we are live. We're live right now, sitting in chat. Sam's wondering what I meant when I said thumbs down therapy, which is fair enough. So yeah, you can come hang out with us in chat if you want to watch us live. Yeah, we hang out before the show and after it and during. You might get a little shout out in the middle there like I just did. It's a fun time. We wanted to say thank you to Shook for letting us use the Moog Model D Improv as the music for the MiniMapCast. You can listen to more of Shook's music at shook.bandcamp.com. And finally, MiniMap is completely independent and funded almost entirely out of our own pockets. So if you'd like to help keep the mics and lights on, you can support us by becoming one of our patrons. For only $5 a month, you get 24 hours of early access for all episodes of the MiniMapCast, plus some extra bonus features like some, what are they? They're game conference watch-alongs, but like old ones. They're like game conference, retrospective game conference watch-alongs. They're fun. We had a name for it. What was it? The
Remember E3.
Remember E3.
Which is a takeoff of the video game Remember Me.
Yes, exactly. Because you put the words together and it kind of works.
I never made that graphic though. I should do that.
I mean, if you do, I would be very happy to see it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can go to patreon.com/minimapau to send us some money to support us if you'd like to do that, to find those extra features there. It's cheaper than a latte with oat milk, and it's definitely one of the few things that isn't going up in price right now. So consider helping us out over there. Jeremy, I want to take a very, very brief, swift, hard right turn and talk about something that I just recalled when doing that intro.
Okay, there is also something that I needed to bring up, remember, as well. But
okay, all right. I'll do the right-hand turn, you do the left-hand turn, and then we'll find our way back to the main path here.
Yep.
Jeremy, did you know Armored Core is out in 4 days?
I did know that. I was putting together the social media post of the weekly releases for this week because I haven't finished. I didn't finish it before we went live, but yeah, I was looking at it. I was like, oh yeah, that's a Friday thing, huh?
It's not okay. Like that is not okay.
Yeah.
I am extremely stressed about the amount of games we have to get through in this next.
You haven't even touched Baldur's Gate.
I know. I think I have to at this point.
Yeah,
at least
you do.
10 hours to get a feel for it.
Yeah,
right?
like, and look, and the thing is, it's so good that you won't be able to help but give it more, right? It's so fucking fun.
And I have so much Zelda left to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tootie's talking about Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. I was never much of a Jet Set Radio person, so that's not doing much for me. But like,
I'm pretty keen to see that at some point.
There's so much going on.
Mario Wonder.
Yeah, Mario, Spider-Man, Alan Wake, Lies of P, Mortal Kombat.
It's a good year.
Cyberpunk expansion.
Yeah.
Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, right. Was that your hard left turn?
Yeah, that was it. I just remembered Armored Core was like less than 100 hours away. I started freaking out.
So my thing, so just before we were getting ready earlier today, I sent Kerry a video about it was a TV spot for Batman Begins, which featured a bunch of like Nickelback songs, which was just hilarious and so peak 2006 or whenever 2005.
They make the movie look like a rom-com. It's just they got every scene with Bruce and or Rachel in it. Yeah. And put it in one 30-second ad with Nickelback on top. And it's like, this is not this movie. And so it's like, and it's funny too, because during the last few episodes that I was here, it was like there was a lot of Nolan Batman talk. So it's funny that we're back here.
Yeah, and so like when I saw that, I was like, I sent you a message. I was like, do you ever think about how? I might save that one for the podcast.
Yeah. It's very funny to read.
Yeah. So that video sent me on a different video, and they're all like vaguely like older superhero movie related kind of stuff. When that happened, it took me to another video which I watched, which was like a post-credit scene from the Wolverine, I think, where like Charles Xavier
where he gets his suit.
No. Oh no, that is that one.
Post credits, yeah.
It's the one where
the Wolverine.
He's in the airport. It's just before Days of Future Past.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the deleted scene where
yeah, that's right. So it's just before Days of Future Past, and like Magneto is there and Professor X is there, and they catch Wolverine at the airport.
Freezes
yeah. And like he's talking to Magneto first, and then Professor X comes around the corner and reveals himself to be alive for the first time since like the end of X-Men 3, when he got like blown up, and then his body was like his mind was transmitted into his like brain dead brother that's like in a hospital or whatever. It's just so dumb. Like it's such a stupid thing to do, right?
I didn't remember. I watched him relatively recently. I don't remember his brain being transmitted.
Well, like
I just remember turning it to dust.
Well, it happens off screen because the post-credit scene for that movie is him waking up in this brain dead person's body, and like
that seems like a breach of many ethics.
Well, like I think the thing is like this person never had a mind or something. I don't know. They don't ever go into it. They never go into it. For the best, probably.
And then what? Does this person have to go through an extensive cosmetic surgery to turn into Charles Xavier?
It's his twin brother is the thing. And so...
what the fuck ever.
Anyway,
okay.
The thing that I wanted to bring up...
Yeah, you said you ever think about how, like...
Yeah. Why is he then still in the wheelchair?
With his brother who... Jeremy...
His brother who was... also shot in the spine when trying to prevent the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Oh yeah, because that's the same chronology. The X-Men movie timeline before Days of Future Past, like before they add like branching timelines, is outrageous because it's all canon and it shouldn't be.
Yeah, I know. I know.
like all of the Striker stuff in Origins, basically all of Origins, like shouldn't be canon, but it is.
Yeah. I think, like, look, at this point, it doesn't fucking matter. And realistically, at that point, it didn't really matter either.
Also, Wolverine gets his claws chopped off, and then Magneto and Xavier find him at the end of that movie after his claws have been chopped off, and they're like, we need your help. And then in the next movie, Days of Future Past, he's got his claws back.
Yeah. Like he's got his
it's canon.
He's got his bone claws at that point in that post-credit scene.
In the airport, yes.
Yeah.
In the future, he's back to his metal claws.
He's got his metal claws again.
Like he went back through the procedure.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have his metal claws in the future. He's got them when he's in the past because he wakes up and he sees his metal claws and he remembers that he's got metal claws at that point. That's at least okay.
Okay.
They did it.
Okay.
But yeah.
So bad.
Yes. Yeah.
The answer, Jeremy, is no, but only because I had no idea that plot line existed. And again, I watched those movies like a year ago. Like I watched all of them.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Most of them are all right.
Yeah.
And some are bad. 1
and 2, First Class, Days of Future Past. I enjoy Origins in like a schlocky way. Like that's a good popcorn movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Like I enjoy watching like the shitty Godzilla films.
Yeah.
I like the Wolverine.
Yeah, I don't, but that's fine.
Yeah. And Logan is fine.
And what was the third X-Men? Was it Apocalypse?
Oh, that one was terrible.
Apocalypse was okay.
I hated Apocalypse and I hated
Dark Phoenix was no good.
Dark Phoenix was dreadful. Like truly dreadful.
And I forget this. Who's the guy who plays young Magneto? I always forget his name.
Michael Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender. He does such a good job with the material he's given. And the material it becomes that like classic comic book thing of they keep like giving him a new thing to be upset about after like
Yeah.
that was like, oh, he had a wife and children. Oh, they were killed by soldiers. He goes evil again. It's like, oh, he found this community of mutants who were safe, and it's like, oh, their base gets raided, and or like J Lo like dies or something.
You're gonna say
and, like,
Jay Leno.
Jay Leno.
My favorite mutant.
Anyway, Jeremy, I didn't start the timer when how long have we been going?
Too long. It's fine.
Too long. All right, I'm just gonna put this at like maybe like 10 minutes, and then hey everyone, we're gonna rank the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate character roster. Now we mentioned this in the pre-show, and Tootie said something about, you know, X character should be in Y place. And I said, well, we're going to go over the criteria in the show. So the criteria is, this is not at all about their fighting acumen. This is not about how well they play in the competitive scene. We are not a part of the competitive scene, nor have we ever been.
I watched it.
I've watched it occasionally, but I can't tell you why Steve is being picked so much right now, or like why people never use Pichu. Well, no, I could probably figure that one out. Pichu sucks. But this is just in terms of how we like to use them, if we like to use them in the game, and also just if we like them. It's just kind of, like you said at the front, Jeremy, it's all about the vibes.
Yeah.
So, like, this is just, we're just going to get into it. So unlike previous sort of ranking episodes that we've done recently in the past, we're not going to be doing a tourney bracket competition thing like you might do in Smash Brothers. We are doing we're graduating. We're becoming proper video game YouTubers and influencers. We're making a tier list on that one website that everyone uses to make tier lists.
Yeah, Tier Maker. It's good.
And honestly, it is still good.
Yeah, like this is such a visual, like, good thing to do. So
yeah, like if you're listening to this and not watching, and you want a hand, we've got it up. We've got the whole thing. We've got the tiers S, A, B, C, D, E, and F. Do we need E? They don't ever use E as a grade, do they?
Yeah.
I thought it like D is like 50%, and below that is like a flunk. I don't think they ever use an E grade.
Like in actual grading, I don't know. I've never.
Well, I suppose in actual grading you don't get S tier.
Yeah, you don't get it if you're really good at your assignment. You don't get an S rank.
Plus.
Yeah,
you got 112%.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Well, we can leave E in there. So basically we're just going to go through them. They're in alphabetical order until the DLC characters.
Yeah.
At which point those are just in release order, I think.
Yeah.
Kind
of.
Kind of. I'm looking down there. I need to pull up that list of characters from the Nintendo website that I had up before. Let me find that here, because that was good.
Why? We have them here.
Because I'm looking at the DLC characters and I'm only counting 4 from the first wave in the bottom down there.
I think it'll be fine. I think if we miss a character, I think it'll be okay. Purely based on the vibes. This official.
Yeah,
ranking.
where's Joker from Persona? Oh, he's just in the middle for some reason. Yeah. He's just in the. All right. Okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. All right, everyone. So we're going to get into it, starting mostly in alphabetical order.
Or if you want to just pick a character, you can just say, "Oh, I really want." Where do you want? Let's just start with Joker, Kerry. Where do you want Joker?
Joker?
What's your? Because you've played Persona 5. I have not.
I have played Persona 5. I've also played Joker in this game, and I don't love how he plays. He's quite technical.
Mm-hmm.
I'd put Joker as a solid B.
Okay.
Like the high side of B, because not only does he come in there with so much of his style from the game, but also the stages, which are awesome as well, and the music, which is great. Those are all huge parts of the game, and it's great to see some of the best parts of Persona go into Smash with him.
Again, I agree. Based on the reveal of Joker coming into Smash, I was like, yeah, you know what? Like, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah. Well, Jeremy, why don't we do that? Why don't you just throw your mouse into the throng and just click, and we'll see who comes up.
Yeah. I think Mario needs to be an A rank character. I think it's fucking Mario. He's not an S rank in terms of like, oh my god, it's the most incredible thing ever. But he's so consistent, always fun to play. Everybody's
such a solid all rounder.
Everybody's like first fun like character to play. Really, anyone can play. You can
get really good with him if you want.
Totally,
and like he's got enough. He's got plenty of character. Yeah.
All right, Kerry, who's next for you?
Yoshi.
Yoshi. Where do you want Yoshi?
I think I want Yoshi in C tier.
Yeah.
I liked Yoshi a lot on like the 64. Let me rephrase. I like Yoshi a lot, full stop. In this game though, like with his flutter kick and his like ground pound and his egg mechanic, like I've grown to dislike his moveset as I've gotten older. It just doesn't do it that much for me these days. So that's where I'd put him. Where would you put him?
I'd probably put him in C or D. I think I don't love Yoshi as a character. I never really have. But I enjoy...
You and I are now enemies.
but I enjoy his jump. I think his jump is quite fun to do in the game. So I think C is fine. I'm happy with Yoshi in C.
I like 2D's input here. Yoshi looks like he should be easy to pick up and play, and he is not.
Yeah. I want to put DK in S.
DK in S.
I think DK has got some killer stages. The music is great. His Final Smash is really fun. And like it's the drums.
Oh yeah, and the beats go out everywhere. Yeah.
And I think that his realized version in this, like his 3D modeled character of Donkey Kong in Smash, I think is like really fun. If you have no further, do you have opinions on Donkey Kong?
He's so solid, and he's always been solid. And you're right, his music and stages is top notch, especially in Ultimate. So yeah, go with. I'm happy with him in S.
Cool, great. Kerry,
give me who's that? Simon
Pokemon.
Belmont, the next to Pokemon trainer, the Castlevania guy.
Yeah. You want Richter? Wait, is this Simon or Richter?
Or is it? This is Simon.
This is Simon. Okay. I don't remember which one they look like.
Yeah, who's the other? Yeah, is the other one the brown guy over there?
Yeah.
He's like the same character.
Let's
rank these guys together.
Let's keep them together.
Yeah. Simon and Richter Belmont.
Yeah.
Guys from Castlevania. I know like very little about Castlevania. I haven't played much, but I love how they play in this game. I really like their projectiles, their different ones. They're like their flame potions and their crosses and their whips. Like they're really fun to play and get to learn. I would put these like a low A, high B. I think I'm going to go low A, like below Mario.
Okay. All right. We can do that. Keep them together. Yeah, that works with me. I think that they are fun in terms of like they are good realizations of really old characters, like adapted into this modern thing. So I quite enjoy that.
Just a note on Echo characters and the characters that are basically clones of each other. I feel like we should, as a rule, keep them together. But at the same, as I say that, there are other ones where I'm like, this one's good and this one's bad.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like, well, we're gonna play that a bit loose, I think, as we come to them.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think I want to put Hero.
Hero from Dragon Age.
Hero from Dragon Age, wherever the fuck
Dragon
he is.
Quest, all the way at the bottom.
All the way at the bottom. There he is. I want to put him in like D or E.
D.
Only because I think he's quite interesting, but there's so many fucking menus.
Oh, he's too hard. He's too hard in this game.
I kind of want to put him in like E. It's purely
like,
based on vibes.
Cool idea, but like
you can't just pick up and play him. You gotta like sit there and like write a little mini novel for yourself to remember where everything is. And like I don't.
Practice menu navigation.
I just don't vibe with him there.
It's like the worst parts of Final Fantasy, which is the active time battle system.
Yes, yeah.
Which Dragon Quest never has been, but it is in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a really cool idea the way they brought him in. Like, oh, he's a menu-based character. He's but yeah, it really doesn't. I've never enjoyed playing.
Yeah, like a wonderful attempt at making something really fun, but also not actually just fun.
I would put him in D as like what a fun way to do that.
Okay.
Like he's not a waste.
Yeah, he's not a waste, and the music is good. The music that they added with him is good, so I'll give it like because Dragon Age music is good. Dragon Quest music is good.
Yeah, sorry, I said Dragon Age. I set us up for failure there.
Okay.
Give me Lucas. I mean Ness.
You want Ness? Okay.
Ness, yeah, you're right next to Ness.
Oh, yep, there is.
This little shit is so hard to play. And so many people get so good at him, and you're like, oh, they're going to play Ness, that's fine. And he fucks you up.
He does.
He's fucking me up since the 64, you know?
Yep, he does.
And then I get on the sticks with Ness, and it's like, oh, man, fuck this kid. He's so hard to play. I would personally put Ness in B, because like he's always been there, and he's decent, and he's like, PK Fire in chat is a good call. But man, I hate playing against him, and I hate playing him.
Can I make the case for A only because I really enjoy that when you do the PK Fire, you know, guiding it all the way around you to hit the bottom of you to launch you.
PK Thunder.
Huh?
That's PK Thunder. That's a lightning ball.
Oh, whatever it is. When the fact that like, you know, hitting yourself to launch yourself, I think is really cool. Yeah. And getting that move off is like, oh, like I feel good getting that move down.
When I was playing that game and I was like 5, I just thought he didn't have an up B recovery move.
Right, okay.
It turns out you have to hit yourself with your own lightning ball.
Is that enough for you to put him in A?
Yeah, that's fine. Like my anger is irrational. That honestly it came out of nowhere. I didn't know that was coming.
I want to put Incineroar in S.
Incineroar in S?
I think Incineroar is one of the most fun type of character. He poses after every move. He's a heel in wrestling, right? He is full on so fun to watch visually as a character. I've barely even played as Incineroar, but he's so enjoyable to watch as a character. He's, I think, the best Pokemon edition they've made. And I think he's a step above in his like just complete style in this ridiculous contest that he's in.
I think those are all good points. I've played Incineroar a decent amount. I'm not mad at it. He's not, Tootie says he's not perfect. I think that's fair. I think that's fair to say. But also he is very fun. There's something about the new characters they added before the DLC for Smash that I really like. Incineroar, Simon, and Richter, they are up there for me. I think I would probably put him in A, but I'm not mad at him in S.
We can put him at the end of S. Like he's not...
Yeah, like lower at S.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next up.
Nice. Give me Palutena.
Yep, okay. Yeah, do you have strong opinions on Palutena?
Nope. D, I think.
Okay.
I think she's fine. I think she plays fine, but I forget about her.
So do I. If you had asked me her name, I wouldn't have been able to remember.
I think that's like the long and short of it. I've played her before. I've played most of the characters because I played a lot of Ultimate. I didn't really like her moveset that much. She's got a cool like up normal attack that like goes really high and hurts a lot. Like that's fun, but she's got that like auto attack move, and it just she doesn't do it for me.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Vamp on this one. I'm just gonna have some vamp on.
Sure thing. I think I want to add one Solid Snake to A tier. I think because it is really funny to have a like full on MA rated character in Smash Brothers.
And he's like the only one.
Yeah, but also like he's so cool and so fits with these other ridiculous characters in these games, and they did him so well, and his stage is pretty cool as well. And that's all the cool music, and he's got the cardboard box, and it's got the same kind of humor. I think he's really funny in this game.
I agree with all of that, except I hate how he plays. I've never enjoyed playing as Snake.
Okay. Do you want to chuck him in B then?
I would put him in B.
Okay,
Yeah, he's a solid B.
Okay.
I couldn't really, I wouldn't enjoy him in A. I like that would sit wrongly with me.
Okay,
but...
all right. I can do B. I can do B. Yeah. Shulk. I'm looking for him.
This guy's.
Yep, got him.
He is hard to play, this guy, because he's got he's cool, and you've got the original Xenoblade there. Like he's wielding it. That is the Xenoblade, but it does that thing where it like activates in all the different modes, and you put him in.
Yeah. I was looking for him. I thought I deleted Shulk by mistake.
And so it's like his speed mode and his jump mode and his attack mode and his defense mode. I find that like micromanagement a bit overwhelming. But I kind of love that he's here. I love that he's represented here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it's the perfect place for him.
And his stage is cool as well.
Yeah, definitely. How do you feel about Shulk?
I've not played much of Shulk, but I'm happy to put him around the B or C's.
Yeah, give me a low B, I think.
A low B? All right.
Below Snake.
Yeah.
I like that he's there.
Yeah. I want to put Rob in S.
Rob in S.
I think what a cool like love letter to old Nintendo to include Rob of all characters. It's like
totally.
It's not
and like they did that with like their stages and their trophies and all of that, but then they did it with a character.
Yeah, and like to make him like, and you know, like the different color schemes being like the SNES or the Famicom version of Rob as well.
Yeah.
And his laser is really cool. He actually is like really menacing.
And also his like spinning top. Like he's got so many funny moves.
Yeah. I think Rob's an S, and I think Rob's a high S.
I think before Ultimate, I would have disagreed with you, but I did get to know him a bit in Ultimate, and I do really like him.
He's really fun. He's got some really solid moves.
Yeah, and like he's. I think what it is, he's so versatile. He's great up close because of his like thruster attacks.
Yeah,
and he's great at a distance because he's got so many ranged attacks. Yeah, and he's so silly.
He is so silly. Love Rob.
Give me Lucario.
Okay, all right, Lucario.
I think Lucario is an A tier character.
Yeah.
Because he's like one of the first Pokemon who was like made for Smash when they started doing that, in the same way Greninja is,
right.
Kind of a thing where that was a big thing for Lucario. It was like, oh, they made this like cool fighting character and he's going to be standalone in Smash. And he's just cool. Lucario has always been cool. He plays really well in Smash. He's hard, but he's really unique and fun. He's not like Ganondorf and Captain Falcon. They're like the same but different. He's a very different character.
I love his like slow punches he's got. Like he's got like this all-knowing aura around him. Which I quite like. Where do you want him?
I'd put him in high B, I think.
High B? Okay. With like Joker.
With Joker.
Yeah.
Like a fun realization of the premise and the full stop.
Yeah. I want to put Meta Knight in, but I want to put him in like C or D.
He's that low for me too.
I really loved him in Brawl. I was like, he was like my main man Meta Knight. But then the more I played him, the less I really enjoyed playing as him. And I didn't.
Yeah, I think he's got a very high skill ceiling.
I think he's like, again, a great realization of a character. And in Brawl, he had his entire fucking airship, and that's dope as hell. But in Ultimate, he ain't got much. He ain't got a story that's kind of like includes him a lot. So
you mean he had an airship as a part of Subspace Emissary? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. There was that, right. But also like that stage is really cool.
It's in Ultimate, isn't it?
Yeah. Like all the stages are in Ultimate, but like they didn't give me anything new, and then I played more of him, and I didn't like him as much. So I think I want to put him in like C.
I'd put him with Yoshi. Yeah, like as a character who's like is cool, but like I've never really enjoyed playing that much.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you see people who can mess people up as Meta Knight. He's not for me.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah.
Give me them Mii fighters, all 3 of them.
You don't get all 3. I want to separate them.
Oh, okay.
Which one do you want?
I've hardly used them is the thing. Give me the sword fighter.
Okay.
Mii sword fighter. Mii sword fighter. I think goes above Yoshi in a high C tier for me.
I see. Okay.
Mii sword fighter has like a cool move set, but I hate fighting Mii characters. I hate them. I don't like their characters. Rather, I don't like their move sets. Except for the sword fighter. I think the sword fighter has some cool moves.
I want to put the Mii punching man. I want to put him below. I want to put him in D.
Okay.
Because I think his vibes are off.
Yeah, but he is funny when they put the toad skin on him.
That is good.
As a brawler, and then he's like bashing people up.
I think that is good. I want to put the gunner just on a different tier just because I think that they are like, I need to separate them.
In what way are you talking? Why?
I don't know, but again, we're talking just purely about vibes here, and I think that fundamentally I need these 3 freaks to be separate.
All right, stick her an F, then.
Otherwise they'll talk.
they'll be wise to each other.
Yeah.
I'm happy with me gunner in F, honestly.
All right, we'll put an F. Otherwise, we're not going to get any characters in F. Just purely based on vibes.
There's one for me that I'm ready to put in F.
Okay. I want to put Pac-Man in B or A.
Yeah. Okay.
I think really funny. Again, good Pac-Man service in here.
Like fan service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wish I enjoyed playing as him more.
Yeah, totally. Like he's got a very technical kind of moveset with the like pick the right item when he holds it up to throw and like throw the fire hydrant and like 3 seconds later it spurts water. Like
that stuff's so good. Love that. Adore that.
Very, very similar to Animal Crossing Villager in that way.
Alternate skins with the mittens and stuff. Great. Love that.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm happy with B.
All right. I'll put it high B. I'll put it there, high B.
Yeah, you can stick him above Joker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if he were easier to play,
yeah, that's the thing.
He might be higher for me.
He could be an S, but I just don't love actually controlling him.
He's so technical.
Yeah.
Speaking of so technical, give me them ice climbers.
Oh yeah.
These 2 are so weird. Probably the weirdest character that came out early.
Yeah.
Because you control both of them, but you only really control one, and one could die, but the other one can live. And like they're so strange. And they've committed to them so hard in this series, in this franchise.
I hate their stage.
Oh, the one that like slides down the mountain.
Yeah, I hate that stage so much.
I think that's fair enough. I'm happy with them in an A. They sit with an A for me. They're like quintessential Smash Brothers. They're more a Smash Brothers character than they are an Ice Climbers character, because there's only ever been like one Ice Climbers game, right?
A lot of the original characters are going to be hard to pull them out of like top 3, I reckon, like top 3 tiers.
Yeah.
I think I want King K. Rool an S. I think again I love the vibes of King K. Rool. I love his throwing his crown. I love his giant gun. And then the firing of the cannon thing.
His big belly counter attack.
Yeah. King K. Rool is a fucking wonderful character.
Yeah.
Is also a really good character to play, but I adore the crown throwing and all that stuff.
And the specific Donkey Kong music that comes with King K. Rool in Ultimate it's some of the best music in the entire game.
Right. Yeah.
Like Gangplank, whatever that one's called. Yeah, stick him in S. He belongs there. It's funny he's up there with Donkey Kong.
It is funny. Yeah.
Yep. Sonic. Give me this little blue fucker.
Yeah.
I don't like Sonic in this game. But they do an excellent job of realizing his moveset in this game. I would give him a C. I think it's another one like Meta Knight and Yoshi of like they realized him quite well. I just don't enjoy him very much.
I would maybe even put him in D.
Yeah,
I think
why's that?
He's too quick, which I know is funny.
Oh, he is too fast, isn't he?
He's unwieldy.
Yeah, they honored his origins too well in that he came from a game where being fast doesn't actually make it feel good.
Yeah.
And in this game, it doesn't feel good either.
I want to put Steve from Minecraft in D or E.
Expound.
I, again, just don't enjoy there's too much. Like, you know, wonderful realization of what it means to put Minecraft in Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
cool
really
stages,
faithful.
Great skins, love having the glider or whatever it is in from the thing.
Yeah,
but I just can't fucking play him. I just can't do it.
Well,
all the mining.
The other thing is,
so
you don't like playing him. How do you feel about playing against him?
A good Steve player fucks me up, but a good Enel player fucks me up.
Well, that's true. The thing is, a good Steve player can fuck up like apparently anybody. Like he's really up there right now.
Z&E?
I think he's at least a D with Hero. You know what I mean? Like because they integrated his mechanics into this game so well.
The D tier is the good realization, but I fucking hate them tier.
Or I forgot they existed.
Yeah.
That was a good call though. I like that.
Yeah.
Isabelle.
It's just cuter villager.
Yeah, I mean, do we want to do Isabelle and Villager together?
I think whatever it is, I just want to put like I want to put Isabelle somewhere and Villager just the tier below for just simply not being Isabelle.
Not being Isabelle. I think that's fair enough. Okay, if we're gonna do that, I would say Villager C, Isabelle B.
Okay.
Animal Crossing character is again, it's a lot to manage. It's like, oh, you've got to like plant the tree and make it grow and then chop it down at just the right time, or it's like, or you've got to catch the projectile and then throw it when you're ready, or the like rocket ship gyroids. Like you got to like use those at the right time. There's a huge delay on them, or their projectiles have like drop. Like they're cool, but they're so technical that in a way that I don't enjoy.
And
really.
The stages are great. The stages are really fucking good. Or like stage, but like it's got the different seasons, which I love. I think that was really well done.
Yeah. It is great that Isabelle's there because Isabelle's so good.
Yeah.
Isabelle feels almost identical though.
Isabelle feels like I think Jeff Gertzman said this once. Isabelle feels like a Nintendo character that feels like they've been around forever.
Right.
When
for much longer than she actually has been.
Yeah, because she's such a cool character. She's such a great like classic Nintendo feeling character.
And she's very charming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to put Sora in A.
Why?
It's so fun. Like have you played as Sora at all?
I haven't. Okay. So I did mention this
really
at the front, I think, but I'll just say again that I haven't played any of the characters from the second wave, so Min and Sephiroth, Sora, Kazuya.
I like Smash Brothers. I don't like love Smash Brothers. But like I like it as a thing. And I buy them when they come out, but I don't really play online and I'm not competitive at all. I bought Sora because it's my boy, but also playing as Sora, like he's actually like a really fun character to play. So like I want to put him in.
He floats, right? And he has those like magic attacks that kind of target in on people. Like
that, but he's got a lot of his moves from the games, which is neat. And his costumes are cool and the music is good. We could put him in B. I don't mind. I don't.
His stage is good as well.
His stage is good. His stage is.
I'll give you a low A.
Okay, all right. We'll put him there. We can come back.
No, that's fine. I'll let you have that one. It doesn't sit fully right with me, but that's okay. I also haven't played him, so like willing to defer. I would like to rank Samus and Dark Samus.
Okay.
Uh,
Together?
I want to rank them at the same time.
Okay, all right.
I think Samus is high or maybe like mid A. I think she's always been solid.
She's like a Mario to me.
Yeah, totally. Like she can always hit hard, or rather, she always hits hard with her projectiles. You've got that charge beam attack. Like her moveset is iconic. It plays well in this arena, and it kind of always has.
Yeah.
I think my biggest struggle with Samus is, and this is why I said this erroneously just then, is because I was thinking about this point, which is she struggles to hit hard. Like I always struggle to get like a final blow with Samus, but she's so classic and so well done in this. Dark Samus is an F.
Oh, an F.
Because because Dark Samus is basically from like Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, right?
Yeah.
And that's like the one Metroid Prime game I'd played up until this year when they re-released 1. And I was like, oh, cool, they re-released, that's fun, that's cool. But what it basically means is all of the moves are blue instead of like the different missiles and whatever. And the suit is less interesting to look at. There's like it's not like Samus talks in Smash, but somehow Dark Samus is just more quiet, and like that's it.
All right, I'm just gonna you can just have that. That's fine. I'm not gonna. I don't have strong opinions on Dark Samus at all. Aside from I think she's just not as cool as Samus.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think what hits me is I thought I would really like Dark Samus, and didn't.
Look, the people...
There's disappointment layered in here.
I'm going to say something, and it's going to be very specific, and I might upset 2D in the chat at the moment.
I already did with my F ranking.
I know, but I'm going to accidentally just make it a little bit more pointed. Not even directly at him, but just at the people of the people of the Dark Samus folk. People who love Dark Samus are the people that like, oh yeah, my favorite Marvel character is Venom. It's like, that's so boring. Like that's it's so fucking uninteresting. It's like, okay, yeah, I like the edgy version of like one of the most popular characters. It's like, yeah, whatever. Like, okay.
Dude, let me ask you, do you prefer Pit or Dark Pit?
Yeah, right. Like I forget Dark Pit exists.
Right?
Yeah. I'm putting Dark Pit in F.
No, don't, because I think Pit and Dark Pit actually... We could talk about it.
Okay.
Are we just ranking them now?
Yeah, go on.
Like, I think Pit and Dark Pit are close enough together that I would rank them together as Echo characters in comparison to... Like Simon and Richter, as opposed to Metroid and Dark Metroid.
So where do you want them?
I would put Pit in B, low B.
Okay.
This dude, he says, so glad I'm going to the gym in 10 minutes.
Where is Dark Pit? I can't find him. Oh, he's there.
Yeah, there he is, under D for Dark.
I'm putting him in C.
Yeah, okay. Because it's a bit like a why did you even bother vibe.
Yeah. Like that's just a different color character. Like that's a different costume.
And you know, the reason is because like Sakurai worked on Kid Icarus Uprising.
Yeah,
like
I get it.
Dark Pit has a bigger role in that game, but like
it's the same reason that like at one point Xbox remastered Vince Voodoo, and it's because it's the first game Phil Spencer had a credit on. Like, you know, at some point you can throw a little bit of weight around and get the stuff you want out.
Yeah, totally. Tootie says he is now heated, which is good. That'll help you at the gym.
I'm putting Dr. Mario in A or B.
Yeah, it's funny.
The vibes of Dr. Mario are good, and I love the video game Dr. Mario. And I think it's funny they put him in.
He's never felt as satisfying to play to me as just Mario.
No. He's B, right?
I'd be happy with a B.
Yeah. Dr. Mario existing in this game is fucking funny. Yes.
And continuing to exist in the game. Like, not just was in Melee, but was then in Brawl and 4 and Ultimate.
Yes,
like, okay, like, you really committed to this.
Yeah.
It's hilarious that Dr. Mario is there, not an Echo character, but then you've got Daisy and Chrom and Richter and all these like, oh, these are Echoes. I guess Dark Pit is that as well.
Yeah.
Who to choose? Who to choose? How about Link?
Link.
regular Link. I feel a little torn in this one because they kind of split Link off in a weird way. Like they kind of took all the best parts of Link and then diluted them across 3 characters.
Yeah.
Because in Ultimate, normal Link is like Breath of the Wild Link, which is kind of very different Link to what I'm used to playing in like Brawl or Melee or 64.
Yeah.
I want like OOT Link. I want like Link.
You want young Link.
Well, that's what Young Link is, but then Young Link is small and I like Young Link, but I want adult Link side. I want adult OOT Link. That's what I want, and we don't have that in this game.
Where do you want him?
For me, Breath of the Wild Link goes like high B.
Yeah, like mid B maybe. He's a very stock standard.
Yeah, in a way that like is worse than when he was just even more normal.
Yeah.
Like his remote bombs being like from Breath of the Wild where you have to detonate them, I don't like. And he's a bit slower and he's blue, so he doesn't look like Link. He's not the Link I know and love from Smash Brothers.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
he's great.
Following on that trend, where do you want young Link?
Young Link is all of those things that I want and has been around a bit longer. I would put him high B, low A. Young Link feels better to me than normal Link. I would put like Melee Link in S tier for me personally. So that's my sort of reference point here for these 3.
Sure.
Like they should be up there, but they're diluted a bit for me.
Yeah, right. Let's finish the train. Where do you want Toon Link?
Oh, Toon Link is one I want to love, but I struggle to feel like Toon Link really has a place. Like I never know when I'd pick Toon Link over Young Link or over normal Link, you know?
I think I want Toon Link in the middle of them. I think I want him to be high B.
Why's that?
I love Toon Link's vibes a lot.
Yeah, true. And I do like that he is there and that they are separate.
And his stage is great.
Oh, the ship, the pirate ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
And like them keeping that style, right? Like the bombs explode like they do in Wind Waker and all that stuff, right? Like I think it's,
and his voice acting's that bit different.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Cool.
I'm not mad at it.
Great. Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt trio, a duo. The dog and the duck.
I think he needs to go along with these characters in the D tier because again, I don't love playing as him. I think it's great that he's there.
Yeah. I also don't like playing against him.
Yeah.
You ever seen a duck hunt trio, a duck hunt duo player in like competitive or like online? Have you ever come up against them? They are annoying little shits to fight.
Yeah,
so annoying. And I also never really enjoy playing as. Yeah, I'm happy with the D tier ranking for this one.
Cool.
I almost want to go E.
We could pop him in E. I don't care. You can go in there. All right, there we go.
Like I like you could show me that dog without the duck and I wouldn't know what it's from. As opposed to like Sonic and Steve.
That's so funny.
Let's stay in this low end of the tier list. Give me Olimar.
Okay.
F. Olimar sucks.
I love Olimar.
I mean, Olimar as a character, great, but I hate playing as Olimar, and I think he's never felt fun to play, and I never really got why they put him in the first place. And every time I see him, I'm like, oh, this guy.
Okay, counterpoint. A good Olimar player is fucking so funny to see. Like, it is hilarious that Olimar is like a ruthless fucking killer. An absolute, an absolute menace on the battlefield, you know? Him ripping the Pikmin out of the ground and throwing them at his adversaries, I think for me puts him in like C tier. The vibes of Olimar are good.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
I don't think he belongs in this game. I'll give you a high D. I'll give you a high D.
All right, I'll put him in high D.
A high D.
A high D?
What did little old man Olimar do to you? He did nothing. He didn't do anything to me, but he's never done anything for me either.
Kirby's S, right?
S or high A?
I think so. My case for S is two things: the different blocks that he turns into when he falls.
Yeah, they're good.
Love that.
All of the fact that he can copy every character
and that's
has
the other
been
one.
Been able to do that since the beginning and can do that now with an 84 character roster or whatever.
I think that is just like supreme as a type of as a thing to include. The execution of it has been wonderful.
Yeah.
And Kirby, the only being to survive the opening blast of the whatever the story mode.
Whatever the fuck.
Yeah, whatever it's called. I think Kirby's an S tier.
I don't fully agree, but I'm happy to sit with that.
Okay. We can put him in low S.
Low S sits, yeah, I would say a high A, so low S is fine.
Okay.
I've kind of been dancing around like the obvious picks. Like I haven't chosen some of my favorites, and now we're getting down to it. Give me Corrin.
Which one's that?
This is a Fire Emblem character.
This one is
this between Daisy? No, that's Chrom.
This one
between Daisy and Diddy. Yeah,
okay.
This one. This is the one from the DS game that came out after.
I'm putting him in F.
No, Corrin's great.
Corrin has no vibes. Corrin is absent of vibes.
Corrin turns into a dragon. I don't really know cool. Corrin. It's really cool, and Corrin has a projectile, kind of like Samus's beam, but it's like a flare breath attack from a dragon hand, and it stuns enemies. It freezes them in place. I like Corrin a lot, based almost entirely from their moveset. I think Corrin is so fun to learn and play. Got this thing where Corrin like buries a spear in the ground, and then depending on which way you point after burying it in the ground, they'll either spin kick off to the left or right. So you can like jump forward and then kick behind you, or they kick to the. They've got a great moveset. I think a high B for me. I would honestly put them in A, but I'm fighting your F ranking.
Well, okay. So can I make the case for D?
You can make the case.
Okay. My case for D is I had to say which one's Corrin, and I still got it wrong, and that wasn't even a bit because Corrin has no vibes.
I get that. But Corrin turns into a fucking dragon, Jeremy.
That's cool. That brings it out of an F and brings it out of an E. But I think that's about it.
Also, Corrin plays amazingly.
But the vibes.
Give me a high C.
I'll give you a mid C.
Oh, mid C? No. Corrin's got to go above me, Sword Fighter. I couldn't live with this list if Corrin was below me, Sword Fighter.
Fine.
Okay.
I'm putting Kirby above me, Sword Fighter. I'm putting Yoshi above me, Sword Fighter.
Okay. That was a good compromise, Jeremy. Between S and F is C.
I want to go through some of these swords. I got to go through some of these swords.
Okay.
This one, Chrom?
This one is Chrom.
All right, in the F.
You see, so we're gonna have a little trouble here because I really like the swords.
I like some of the swords, but a lot of these swords.
You see, for me, I just like any sword character in this game.
But they have no vibes is the thing. There are zero vibes. It is like...
I really like Chrom.
You know when you like... They have the aroma of week old bread. It's like there's not much here.
Week old bread?
A week old bread.
Oh, week old. I thought you said wee gold bread.
No. Week.
I'm like, what game is this? Is this from Wii Fit?
the aroma of a glass of water. There's not much really happening here. I can put some. Like they don't all have to go in F, but I think Crom.
There are other characters I would put below Crom. Like other Fire Emblem characters I would put below Crom.
So like an E, like
Give
a
me
D.
a D.
A D. Okay,
a D,
I'll put a low D.
I mean,
also
sure.
I'm moving Sonic up a little bit. I think Sonic's better than Hero.
Sonic's
and Minecraft.
character brings him up further. Yeah.
All
right. So then, do we want
what's this one? What's this?
This one's Lucina. Lucina can go in E.
Okay.
Or maybe F. Lucina is like almost a straight up copy of Marth, and it's a bit like she's there because people like Fire Emblem Awakening, and she's in that, and that's why Crom's there too.
Right. This one's Marth.
That one's Marth. Marth was from Melee.
I don't mind Marth. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Marth.
So Marth and Roy were the ones that came in Melee.
I thought, is Marth? Marth is in Melee. Yeah, right.
These are the first two Fire Emblem characters in Smash.
I think Marth in D. No, Marth in C. Marth is fine.
How about B, like below Dr. Mario?
Okay, all right, that's fine.
Then Roy goes into A, right next to Rosalina.
There we go. I want to put a high B.
Okay, this is the one that like has a fire sword, right?
I know, but have you met Ike?
I have met Ike, and let's talk about Ike because Ike I think is my favorite Smash character.
I like Ike.
We like Ike, Jeremy.
Yeah, but I like Ike is the thing. This one's Ike, right?
That's it.
Okay.
Yes, that one is Ike. Okay. The third Fire Emblem character, the one in Brawl.
I'm putting Ike above. I'm putting Ike above the Belmonts.
Yeah.
And I'm moving the Belmonts a bit lower.
Below Ness and Sora. Okay.
Yeah. And I might put Link there, and I'll put. Yeah, I think that's all right.
Yeah, that works.
What one's
Ike is right up there with the good old Link and Ness and Samus and Mario.
Yeah.
I love this. I mean, Ike personally for me is top of S, like S plus, like the peak.
Yeah.
But Ike's like my all-time favorite Smash character. So
yeah, sure.
And I recognize he's not for everyone, so that's fine.
I like him a lot.
Yeah. He's great. Fuck, he hits hard.
Yeah.
And he's got moves that let him move fast. And his counter, is... Oh, man, I fucking love playing Ike.
Yeah. What one's this one?
That's Robin. And Robin can go wherever you want.
Robin has no vibes.
Robin's cool because Robin's like a mage.
Yeah.
Cool.
What is this one?
This one's Byleth. From Fire Emblem
zero vibes.
No.
Blythe has no vibes. Blythe is vibeless.
You didn't play the game.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's just about vibes.
I also love Byleth's moveset in this. No, Byleth is low C.
Blythe is low D.
You think Byleth is lower than Crom? You're out of your fucking mind. Byleth has all of the different special weapons that you get from the main game as part of their arsenal.
Which one's Crom?
The one you're next to,
okay.
There.
Blythe can go above Crom, but
No, Byleth is C minimum.
Blythe was a joke when they came out. Blythe was...
Yeah, but I like that game, and I like the character in the game.
But has no vibes. Zero vibes. Remember what we're ranking on. Now, you know who's got fucking vibes, Kerry?
Yeah.
Mega Man's got some vibes.
No, he doesn't. I hate Mega Man in this game.
Mega Man?
I've never enjoyed Mega Man in this game, not once.
I'm going to put Mega Man in C. With Yoshi. More fun than the D characters.
Mega Man is definitely above Byleth, but I'm just gonna have to leave Byleth behind in D and come back for them and say sorry another time. Definitely below Corrin for sure, but yeah, that sits okay
Which
with
one's
me.
Corrin?
The one above Mega Man right now. with Yoshi, that sits well with me with Mega Man. Like I've never really enjoyed Mega Man to play against or to play with.
Do you like Mega Man as a character, as like the I love the look of Mega Man.
I don't like him per se. I think they do a great job with his abilities in this game representing his franchise. But they don't do much for me personally.
Where does Wario go for you?
Man, Wario's hard, honestly.
I quite like. I think Wario's vibes are off, but I also really like him.
They're also like almost maybe all of these characters very well realized in this game.
Yeah,
like fucking pulls out a bike out of nowhere, then he can eat it to regain health, and like the longer you play, the more his farts build up. So when he uses his fart attack, it's stronger. Like
I do like the fart attack. I also love the motorbike blowing up and throwing the parts of the motorbike.
It's completely like he could open his mouth like a snake. He is completely unhinged in this game.
So I
much
think,
like his jaw.
I think maybe he's an A.
I think so.
Yeah, he's like a there.
Yeah, like his vibes carry him that far. I've never really liked playing him that much, but he's in there.
Yeah.
Give me that Bowser.
Okay, he's Bowser.
I love playing Bowser. I would say maybe Bowser above Mario in high A. Because he's so fun. Like his grapple attack, his spin attack on the ground, his ground pound, he hits like a truck.
So I want to give you, how about just below Mario?
Just below Mario? That's fine.
Like
I can live with that.
I think that Bowser's great, and the vibes of Bowser in this game are immaculate, but I think not above the more immaculate vibes that is Mario.
I think that's fair. I just enjoy playing Bowser more.
Sure, that's fair. That's fair.
Hang on. I need to do an audit of the list here and see if we missed any Fire Emblem characters. I think we're clear. I think we got them all.
Yeah.
We purged the list.
Yeah. Diddy Kong is cool. I like him.
Diddy Kong is cool.
I think he's a B.
Yeah, I've never liked playing as him.
Yeah. I like
that he's there.
I think he's like below Isabelle, above Pit.
Yeah, he's right in there. Definitely above Dr. Mario.
Yeah,
that fits.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I like that.
Yeah.
King DDD.
Oh, I love King DDD.
King DDD is great.
Yeah.
I would say a low A or high B for King DDD.
I think a low A. I think
he's awesome. He's so fun. He's just like very consistently great.
Yeah, I think he's there. I think he's below Wario, but he's above Sora.
Yeah, he's so fun. Like he's just is fun, and when you win, you get to hear King DDD.
Wonderful stuff. You get to throw his little
better reward is there than that?
He throws Waddle Dees. It's all good. Love his hammer. Ganondorf.
Oh, Ganondorf is very similar in Ganondorf's up there with Ike for me in my own personal list.
Yeah. I think he's like below Samus, above Ike, or maybe just below Ike, above Ness.
Yeah, I would sit well with that. That works for me.
Yeah, he's good. He's good fun. He hits like a truck.
Oh man, he hits like a truck. I love those characters that hit that hard. Like it's so fun to just get one good hit.
Yeah.
And then they're gone. It's over.
Yeah. Ridley. I think I want to put Ridley in like E or D.
Okay. Would you consider a low C?
I consider a low C.
Because Ridley's vibes are good.
Yeah, I wanted him to be like, he felt little, right? Like the size of Ridley in this is it's a bit off.
It is strange, isn't it? And it's the same thing as like looking at like King K. Rool or Bowser. Like ultimately, Ridley is like gigantic in any game.
Yeah,
like absolutely huge. Like fills like the space of an entire house big.
And like we've seen Bowser change size. Like Bowser in Mario Odyssey, he's not huge. Like he's taller than Mario, but he's like
he's always multiple Marios taller than Mario though.
Yeah, he's like 1.5 Peach tall. Whereas Ridley is like noticeably larger than Samus in Metroid Prime, and then in this is like the size of as tall as the character you can have in this game, which is like not humongous.
Totally.
All right, I'll put Ridley in a low C.
Yeah.
I think I want to put Wolf in E.
I'm happy with that because Wolf is cool, but like never plays the way I want him to.
And the vibes of Wolf aren't super great.
And it's kind of that's another one of like, why did you bother? Like we already had a second Wolf clone.
Yeah.
Well, how are we going to rate these DLC characters we haven't played?
Well, it's just purely based on vibes.
Just on vibes.
Yeah, that's all we're doing.
All right, give me that Sephiroth then.
All right. What's Sephiroth's vibes?
I think he's C in there with Ridley. That same like villain energy is like well executed, but also like he's then just another Smash character.
He's not the most interesting. Like Sephiroth is just always hot, and like that automatically gives him a few grades. But like he's not super interesting in this.
His sword is also very big.
Yeah, I think I want to put Cloud high C for similar reasons. Cloud is hot. The vibes are good enough. The music is good. A little bit underwhelming, but like I enjoy that his meter is there. Actually, the meter, the meter makes me want to put it in a low B.
Yeah, totally. I think his mechanic is great. Like, and his attacks are well translated. It's important to point out, I guess, that the Sephiroth and Cloud and Final Fantasy VII, they're kind of the least impressive integrations of their respective game into this game.
Yeah.
Out of all the characters. And that's because Square's so uptight about this bullshit. Although they did a good job with Sora, so like I don't know what the fuck's up with that.
Yeah. But like that was also after Sora being like they intended to put Sora in the game much earlier and they said no until now. So like it was one of those, you know, wonderful wins of IP negotiation.
The
vibes of Bayonetta are so good.
They're really up there. I can't fucking believe that Bayonetta's in this game.
Yeah. I want to put Bayonetta like above Ness.
Above Ness?
Yeah, I think the vibe, like Bayonetta's got wonderful vibes.
I would put Bayonetta with Wario and DDD. Like, great that she's there. You know what I mean?
Put her above Wario. I think she got better vibes than Wario.
Yeah, but not Link and Ness and Ganondorf, you know, like I think she's that step down from there.
Okay, all right.
Pichu.
Okay, what's the vibes of Pichu there, Kerry?
E.
You don't like Pichu?
E. Pichu's the Pokemon character you forget is there. He's been there since Melee, and then in Brawl, and then in 4, and then in this, and somehow I still forget that Pichu's in this game.
Can I put Pichu in F?
Yeah, all right.
Okay, I'm gonna put Pichu.
Like, it's so funny that they've got Pichu in this game, and they commit so hard to. This is just a really weak Pikachu. This character gets hurt on its own. Like, this character hurts itself by using attacks.
Pikachu, however, has got good vibes.
Yes.
I want to put Pichu with Toon Link. Pikachu, sorry, with Toon Link.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I would put Pikachu higher for being, you know, one of the original characters and for doing so well, except down B Thunder Spammers knock Pikachu down a step for me.
Right, okay.
Inkling.
Yep.
The first new character they announced for this game.
Yep.
I think Inkling is a high C, low B for me, in that the vibes are great stage, great music, you know, assist trophies, all of that. They're a bit too technical with their ink cartridge mechanic in this game for me, and they like paint the characters and they take more damage and you have to like duck down, and so I would go high C. That's where I sit with them.
I think I would even probably put it low B.
Yeah, we could do that.
Just like the vibes of Inkling are really good, even though I don't love playing as Inkling also, but like the vibes of Inkling are good.
Mm-hmm.
What about Captain Falcon?
Captain Falcon, so interesting, right? Because he's been there from the start, and he's such a weird pull. Like, he's like Ice Climbers and Pit, you know? He's like, why are you here?
Yeah.
like, because before this game, he was just another random F-Zero driver. They were all just random drivers. But now he's fucking Captain Falcon, you know?
He's got Bayonetta vibes.
Oh, it's amazing how much charisma and character they gave this guy. Even just for the N64 version. Like, he like he has all these moves and they're all named after Falcon things because he's Captain Falcon.
He's Captain fucking
the
Falcon.
race car driver. I'm gonna kick you with fire and punch you into the next year. Like, he's great. Yeah, stick him in there with Ness. He belongs with Ness.
Yeah. You know, did this happen on the podcast where we were talking about what F-Zero means when I figured that out?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if this is on the pod. It might have been on Discord. I was thinking about this fact the other day, though.
Yeah, about how, like, there's Formula 1 and there's Formula 2, and about how Formula 1 is the fastest you can possibly do. In Formula 2, there's, like, a cap on it.
Yeah.
On certain things. I'm not 100% sure what it is. And then I was like,
there's a Formula 3 as well.
Yeah. There's Formula, I think it goes all the way down to, like, 6 or something, or maybe more. I'm not too sure. But then it was like
hobbyist formula. And
I was like, my dumbass was like, okay, well then Formula 1. What's faster than Formula 1? Formula 0. F-Zero. Oh, okay, that's where they came up with the name F-Zero. Because
it's not just that it's F-Zero, it's F1 as well. F1. They don't just they also abbreviate that already to F1, F2.
Yeah.
There you get F-Zero.
There you go.
I think the thing that distinguishes that so much is they always spell out the word zero. That's part of the branding.
Yeah,
F-Z-E-R-O as opposed to the number.
Mm-hmm. Terry Bogard.
Yeah, this guy's interesting.
I like his vibes.
I like his vibes, but I don't think he's such a he's very forgettable for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I think
I've never heard of what he's from. I still don't know what he's from now that he's here. He plays well. Like, I know he's from SNK something, but like, I don't even know what SNK is. Was SNK like an arcade brand? Did they make consoles? I don't know.
Fatal Fury is like that. It's that old, like they don't exist anymore is the thing.
Yeah. And maybe I shouldn't hold that against him, but like,
I want to put him, but like his vibes are good because he looks like a dirtbag, and we don't have that in here. We don't have,
excuse me, we just haven't rated Falco yet.
Yeah, we don't have many, right? It's a very not sterile. What's the word? Like it's very safe. There's a lot of safeness in a lot of these characters because they're some of the biggest characters ever. And then you've got there's some edge in like Snake and Bayonetta and stuff like that. And like that's good. And we need that, which is why we need Terry. I want to put him above the Mii sword fighter.
I can rest easy with that.
All right.
Can you give me Game & Watch?
I can give you Game & Watch.
I love that he's here.
Yeah.
I've never really gotten along with him though. I've never really gone like, oh yeah, Game & Watch, that's my guy,
I have actually done that.
How?
Because Game & Watch was the last character my friend and I unlocked in Melee.
Oh boy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
We didn't know who he was.
Right.
Like, what the fuck is Game & Watch? We were 10.
Who is Mr. Game & Watch?
Yeah, right. And so then we went on like my friend's brother's PC in his bedroom.
Yeah.
And like
who the fuck is this?
Yeah,
guy?
and like Googled what is Game & Watch and fell down a rabbit hole of what that is. And we were like, you know what? That's kind of cool.
That's a great story.
And I think he's got good vibes. He's funny. He's like a Looney Tunes character.
Yeah, I just never liked playing him as well. Is the thing like?
I'm gonna put him.
Moves are so weird.
High C.
Okay, I'll take a high C.
All right.
C for classic.
Yeah. We're getting down to it. Wii Fit Trainer, I think, has got good vibes.
Yeah, like a B.
Yeah, a B. I think with Isabelle. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool that you're here.
Yeah. Good adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
Fun enough. Bit weird, but fun enough.
In that same vein, but a bit lower, I think we're looking at Min.
The
From
arms?
Arms.
Yeah, the arms character. See, I don't think the arms has got as good vibes.
Agreed, but I do like that they brought the fighting game character into this, and again, did so well integrating their mechanics into this game. Like, you could change the different arms, and then they behave differently in the game. And then this whole stretchy thing mechanic, like there's no other character that does that.
How about with Terry?
Yeah, Min can hang with Terry.
Okay, all right. Lucas, I hate.
Can you say Lucas's name properly, please?
Lucas.
Thank you.
I want to kick this child.
Why is that, Jeremy?
Lucas is annoying as fuck, and I think Lucas has terrible vibes. Lucas has got the same vibes as an annoying child character in a movie about adults. Lucas is the kid that gets stuck on Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Hate Lucas. Terrible vibes.
I would put Lucas at least above Duck Hunt Duo.
Lucas can go in E.
Yeah.
Hate Lucas. And I hate Jigglypuff.
Yeah, Jigglypuff's hard because Jigglypuff is classic, but like,
I hate
such
Jigglypuff.
a strange character. I can't really argue against E.
Yeah.
Because the only thing keeping me in contention here is that the Jigglypuff has been around for so long.
Yeah. The sleep
Since
is
the
funny, but like, yeah, I hate it.
So fucking annoying.
So annoying.
So annoying to play against.
Sheik.
And so annoying to try and master. So
I also don't fuck with Sheik that much.
I do.
Okay, you like Sheik?
I do. And I have fond memories of the days when Sheik and Zelda were the same character in what's that, Brawl?
Yeah.
That was Melee. And so yeah, there's like a seniority there, but also Sheik's moveset is really cool. And it's also one of the only ways we were really able to experience Sheik as a character outside of Ocarina of Time, because you see so little of Sheik in that game. Like, Sheik is a character of mystery in Ocarina of Time.
Okay.
And in this, you get to see like Sheik's ninja style stealth acumen. And it's such a unique fighting style in this game. For a Zelda game, Sheik's awesome. I would put Sheik with like Diddy. Or maybe even like Link.
Sheik is not Link, but I can put Sheik with Diddy.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's fine. You can just have that. That's cool. The vibes of Banjo-Kazooie, I think I wish were better than what they were.
Yeah, they're decent.
They're fine. They're not amazing.
No. I don't enjoy playing as them.
Yeah, and I don't love the funny little resource management you get when you have to manage the feathers.
Was it the feathers? And I think the biggest problem for me with that is that they don't recharge. If they recharge it, that would be fine, but they don't, I'm pretty sure. And then you can use them all and then you're fucked.
Yeah. They might recharge. I don't remember, but also I don't love it. Like, I love Banjo-Kazooie, but the vibes here were not perfect, I think.
I agree. Wolf. No, Fox.
I was going to say we have Wolf in here. Yeah, Fox.
Wolf. That's Falco.
That's Falco. Where the fuck is Fox?
That's the bird.
Yeah.
The one right next to Fox.
Oh, there we go. Sorry.
Fox rules. And it's that similar thing of like, I mean, you get a bit more character of Fox in the Star Fox games compared to F-Zero, but it's a very similar thing to Captain Falcon of like, wow, you figured out what you defined what Fox out of his cockpit was like in this game, and it ruled. He's got a fucking pistol. He's got his like smart visor thing. Like, he's got his dash attacks, and he's really quick, and he's really cool. He is up there with like Young Link, maybe Wario DDD for me.
For me, I think I'd actually put him closer to like Pikachu.
Yeah,
I think I'd put him in a B, only because I think I want to put Falco in A. I think
Yeah,
Falco's got better vibes than
He does
Fox.
have the vibes.
This is what
I
we're
mean,
basing it
he's
off. He's
just
cool.
a stink. He's just like a moody guy. Is Falco's vibe?
No, Falco is kind of he's cocky. Fox
Yeah.
is kind of like he's protagonist, right?
He's definitely like by the book.
Yeah. Whereas Fox is like, haha, like I'm fucking Fox. Sorry, I'm Falco,
Fucking
whatever.
Fox.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, you want to put Falco in A based on vibes?
Like low A.
Yeah. Like Falco could probably hang with Sora, honestly.
Okay. All right. I'll put him there.
Yeah. Piranha Plant. Can you believe Piranha Plant's in this game?
I loved it when it was first announced.
Yeah, I like playing as Piranha Plant too.
I like the stretch bit. That's funny. That's good.
Yeah.
That's like a C.
See, yeah, I was thinking low B, so this works for me.
Let's put him above Yoshi.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, right there with Yoshi makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. I can handle that.
Peach, I think, is a B.
Don't call her that. Peach is a B.
Like
Yeah.
I like her vibes in this.
Yeah, Peach is solid.
Yeah. I think she's there with like Diddy. Maybe below Link, above Wii Fit Trainer.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. And I would have put
works.
Daisy in C.
Okay. Yeah.
I
I would have just stuck them together, but if you've got different opinion, that's fine.
Yeah, like she's fine.
Hmm.
She doesn't have as good of vibes as Peach.
Yeah. You know who's got awesome vibes?
Is it Rosalina?
No.
Okay.
It's Pokemon Trainer.
Okay.
How fucking cool is it that you get to play as a whole team of the first gen starters as a character?
I think that is cool, Kerry.
Like, it's so cool. And the characters themselves are cool. It's great that you can like use them for different things. And in this game, it became even because in Brawl, when they introduced Pokemon Trainer, he was always just like standing there, like just like on the field.
Yeah.
But in this game, he's always like, they put more effort into like where the trainer is to be a part of the battle. And he's sometimes like floating on a platform nearby or still just standing on the ground. Like I really like the way they implement Pokemon Trainer. He's like there with Pac-Man and Toon Link and Pikachu for me. Pokemon Trainer.
Okay. I don't know if I want to put Pokemon Trainer above Link. But maybe we should just move Link.
Yeah, maybe put Link with Pac-Man.
Yeah.
So
I kind of want to put
Link's...
Snake there. Put Link just below Snake, who is just below Joker. Does that work for you?
I mean, I still think Pokemon Trainer is a bit further up, but
like here, like
yeah, with Lucario, that makes sense.
That kind of tracks.
That works.
Let's finish the Pokemon. Let's go for Mewtwo.
Okay.
A C.
Yeah.
He's not as cool as Lucario.
I want Mewtwo to. I've always wanted Mewtwo to be cooler than what they are.
Yeah,
but they're not.
I think Mewtwo's cooler than Daisy, but not as cool as Min.
Yeah, somehow I think you're right.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem right, but
yeah.
in my heart, I know it to be true.
Yeah, and Greninja I think is lower. I think Greninja is like...
Greninja is a D.
Yeah.
Like Greninja, I always wanted to be cool, and they just never pull it off.
Yeah.
It just never worked.
Rosalina, I think, is cool and has good vibes, and I like the star little thing.
Luma.
I think Rosalina is a high C. Do you want Rosalina higher?
If anything, I'd probably go Rosalina lower, but not by much.
Like,
I'd probably put Rosalina right there with Piranha Plant.
Okay.
Yeah. So mid C, high mid C.
Luigi, I think has got really good vibes in this game.
Luigi's so fucking funny in this game.
Yeah, I think Luigi's high B.
Yeah, I would say maybe even a low A. Cause like, have you ever noticed his forward smash attack? Like when Mario's is like a burst of fire, like a fire handball.
Yeah.
Luigi's is him holding his two fingers out like this to poke someone in the eyes.
Yeah, or rocketing himself.
It's so funny.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he's got so much style
His
in
little
this game.
slaps.
Yeah, like he's running
slaps.
like, oh, I don't want to get close.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, he's a high A.
All right. Let's put him above Ness.
Oh, sorry, I said high. I meant low A.
Oh, okay. Let's put him above Wario.
Have I convinced you he should be a high A now?
Maybe.
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, with Wario, that makes sense.
Yeah. Zelda.
Zelda. Specifically in this game, I think Zelda is sort of the least interesting she's ever been.
Yeah,
because they go with her. This is her like Link Between Worlds persona, isn't it?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's what this Zelda is.
I thought it was like Twilight Princess or something.
No, because that was like more adult and moody, right? This is the most cartoony Zelda we've had. It's not Skyward Sword. Yeah, I think it's just the Link Between Worlds Zelda. She's fine. Like
Low
Zelda
C.
in in Melee and in Brawl, she was so cool because it was like Ocarina of Time Zelda, and she was like this mage, you know?
Yeah.
It was like awesome, but now she's this she's just not as exciting.
Is she below Olimar?
No.
I think she's below Olimar.
No.
I think Olimar's a B.
No, because she's higher than Sephiroth.
Okay, all right. Yeah, she's like there.
Yeah, middle of C.
Little Mac.
Not nearly anyone goes above Olimar.
Little Mac, I think is a B. I think he's a low B, but I think he's a B.
Yeah.
He's got his ramping.
It really puts forth what he is, you know, like
yeah, and
it shows you who he is.
And he's also cool in his own way.
Yeah. Shit recovery. Don't fall off the stage.
Yeah. Ryu. I think he's a C. I think he's like a
he's mid.
Yeah, and I
same
think
with Ken.
Ken is like they're next to each other.
Like they're the same, and they're like really again cool that they're in there, but really unremarkable in terms of what they bring to the table in this game.
I agree. Baby Bowser.
Yeah, Bowser Jr.
Fucking hate.
I've never enjoyed Bowser Jr. in this game.
I've never enjoyed Bowser Jr. anywhere. I hate Bowser Jr.
I would maybe put him in E.
I want to kick Bowser Jr.
I like that
like a football.
Get in your clown car and hold on.
Yeah.
I like that his alternate skins are all of the Koopa kids. And I like some of his attacks in terms of like the thematics. But yeah, that for me puts him like an E. But that's it.
I'll put him above Pichu, but I think he stays an F.
You still think he's an F? Okay.
Yes. Yeah, the vibes are off.
Yeah.
What's this thing?
That one's Pyrrha, I think. So Mithra and Pyrrha should be together because they're like different characters, but you can't play them separately.
Yeah.
They're like Zelda and Sheik were before. Like you have to play as the combo of them and you transform between them.
They don't have much vibes.
No, they have just booby anime girl vibes. That's their vibe.
Yeah.
And like sword.
Yeah.
Like their concept of their characters like changing and whatever, and like one's good for like agile and like getting damage done, and the other one's good for like finishing characters off, like cool, but like they were unimpressive when they were announced.
Zero Suit Samus, I think, is next to
I very much enjoy playing as Zero Suit Samus.
Okay, do you want to put her higher?
You could put Zero Suit right next to Corrin, I reckon.
Which one's Corrin?
The one above, right above you.
Oh, okay.
Next to Mega Man.
I'll put her above Corrin. Why is Corrin so high?
Because Corrin's a dragon and plays awesomely.
All
right. Zero Suit, I prefer playing Zero Suit more, and it's cool that like she's in there at all. But yeah, it's also a bit weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And finally,
the one you've been waiting for.
What's their name? Akuma?
Isn't this Kazuya?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
This is Kazuya from Tekken.
Akuma's the bear.
Yeah.
D. Cool.
Haven't played as him. Not very interested by him.
We did it.
Hey, that's all of the characters from Smash, and it only took us the length of one entire MiniMapCast episode.
Yeah.
Predictably.
Yeah.
Do we go through the list?
No. Our S rank was Rob, Donkey Kong, the wrestling Pokemon, Incineroar, King K. Rool, and Kirby, and the rest are there.
And the rest are there. Yeah. And I think you're right. I just want to point out the only original character that was below a B tier was Jigglypuff, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is right.
Yeah.
Because and any of them in C. Yoshi's in C, actually. Yoshi was in C, so that was the next lowest.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it's so fascinating. This is what a weird collection of characters.
Yeah.
What a strange group. I gotta play more of that game.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. That was a long one. We're going to throw it to a break, and then we'll quickly dive into a bit of what we've been playing. We've got more Baldur's Gate. I've been playing Last of Us. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Where is it? There it is.
Welcome back to the MiniMapCast. If there's one thing I regret doing or not doing while I was sick, it was doing this voice while my actual voice was so low, because this would have sounded resonant
evil.
It would have sounded good. I was having good fun of like not talking much, and then when I talk, it's like, hey, how's it going? Yeah, no, I'm feeling a bit better today. It's like, it was like that, but like deeper, but more.
I just before we jump in, I'm not gonna touch on Baldur's Gate 3 today just because we don't have time, and I spoke about it a bunch the past 2 weeks, and I'll come back when I've got a bit more to say.
Oh, I was so fascinated to hear what you had to say today, though.
Because
I haven't spoken to you about it.
I know, but like not much has actually happened between last week and this week. Like all I've done is rolled a new character and done some stuff that I've done previously differently.
Okay.
So when I start to get into this new character is when I'll actually have some stuff to bring up. But what I do want to bring up, Kerry, just very quickly, is I just want to just dunk on someone just for a minute.
Elon?
No, it is someone we've dunked on in the past.
Oh no.
I'm gonna read a tweet and I'm gonna tell you who has said the tweet.
I think there aren't that many people who we like publicly dunk on this show, so I'm pretty sure I know where we're going.
This person has tweeted: someone waved a magic wand and made all new video games deeply boring. Would you like a guess, or do you think you know? Like, do you think you know who it is?
Does the name start with a D?
A D. No.
Oh. No. Okay, then I don't know who this is then.
Oh, it's Jonathan Blow. Like,
what's he talking about?
I don't know. Like his own games? I don't know. What a fucking loser.
Remember when he blocked you on Twitter?
I do remember that, because the only reason I've seen his tweets is when people screenshot dunk him, because I don't get quote dunks for him anymore.
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah.
You ever think about starting a new account just so you can monitor Jonathan Blow?
Absolutely not.
That is the healthy answer. Good work, Jeremy. You passed.
Jesus.
Well, Jeremy, you must be asking yourself, what has Kerry been doing these last 3 weeks?
I have actually wondered that.
Hey, have I got the segment of a show for you? It's this one right now. You're here.
Yeah.
Great. We're doing it.
Yeah.
Been playing a lot of Apex.
Uh-huh.
Us and you and I and our friends you're aware of this, obviously, because you've been there. But we're deep in the Apex trenches right now in a way that feels great. Like,
yeah.
It's probably the most fun I've had with Apex in years. A large part of that is due to the fact that my KD is flirting around 1.0 positive almost all the time at the moment, which is literally never happened in my entire run of playing Apex ever.
Mine is also, mine is consistently at the 0.97, and and it's my fault when it doesn't go higher because I stay on for longer than I should when I just should be going to bed.
And like, it just feels good to hang around that stat line. Like, I've been looking at the Reddit, and there's a lot of people complaining about like, oh, when I'm playing, I'm just playing against sweats and tryhards and this and that. And those are the people who are dedicated enough that they're on the Reddit and are actually like quite good, and they're actually just being matched with people who are fairly good in their range as well, and they're just annoyed that they're not in our lobbies destroying us.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're in lobbies with people of our skill level finally for the first time in like maybe years.
Yeah.
And like the casuals are having the best time.
And like, let's be real. The ranked mode of Apex is at maybe its worst it's ever been.
Oh, it is atrocious.
Yeah.
It is so bad. It's so punishing to play a game of ranked, even when you're below bronze.
It is like in a fundamentally bad place at the moment. Like, no one is enjoying. This is
after it was
being
fundamentally broken the other way last season, where it was too easy to get up to the like second highest rank.
Yeah.
So they've like overcorrected, and now it's like impossible to do anything, and we just don't bother.
Yeah.
But that just means we get to have fun playing the main game.
Yes.
And that's what we've been doing. So that's been amazing. But when I've been sitting at home by myself, or like just at my desk or whatever, there's been a few things I've been playing. I decided to finish the platinum for Miles Morales finally. So I did that in an afternoon because I just needed to beat the game again. I decided to finally go back to The Last of Us Part 1 and do that platinum. And that was good. I've played it through for the third time now since buying that game in last September. Specifically the remake. So that's just in the last year on that new version. I've played that through 3 times.
Yeah.
It was great to get the platinum in The Last of Us, a game that I've played so much in the last 10 years and never been close to the platinum. It was like, cool, that's done. That's great. I feel like, I've done that now. For as much as I've played it, I feel like I've got something to show for it now. It felt a little...
Playing it and enjoying it is not enough.
Exactly. You understand.
Uh-huh.
And then I did something that I've been threatening to do for multiple years at this point. And I installed and started playing The Last of Us Part 2. I'm about 14 hours in, I think the game clock was at last time. I'm halfway through day 2 of Ellie's arc. So I'm like a third of the way through that game. And
what location are you in? Because that's
I'm
how
in Seattle.
Okay.
So it's Jackson is like the prologue, and then there's day 1, 2, and 3 of Seattle, and then there's day 1, 2, and 3 of Seattle again, and then there's California somewhere for the prologue, the epilogue.
Right.
So I'm halfway through day 2 the first time.
Okay.
So like I'm still in that first half of the game, well and truly.
I want to say you're still on the first third.
I would say I'm at a third.
I don't know, the middle.
And it is so fascinating playing this game, knowing the rest of it. I thought I had, pardon me, I thought I had segmented The Last of Us Part 2. If you're not familiar, Jeremy and I didn't enjoy The Last of Us Part 2 that much.
No.
We spoke about it at the time when it came out on this very podcast. But I thought that I had segmented, like compartmentalized my experience of The Last of Us Part 2 into the same box that I put The Rise of Skywalker into, in that like I didn't enjoy it. I wanted it to be so much more. Why did they do this instead of that? If they just done this, like when I could start coming up with more satisfying solutions in your story, it's a problem, right? Because while I like writing, I've never actually been I've never written like a plot or anything. So if I could come up with something better, that's bad. Anyway, I thought I'd put it in that box, and playing it has made me realize it does not belong in that box. And I remember much more than I thought I did. But the parts of this game that I remember the clearest are all of the encounters, weirdly enough. Like, I remember, like, as I get to them, I'm like, oh yeah, there's going to be a zombie that jumps out from this truck. Like, that got me the first time. I remembering, like, playing through the opening for the first time, going through it the second time, even though it's been 3+ years. I remember it was like, oh, so this is the start of this section of day 2. That means I've got to walk past this shop front. Oh yeah, there's clickers in there. I break the window and then the clickers come running out. I remember that. And over there, oh yeah, I remember that area. I could throw a brick through that window to throw the rope over. I'm remembering all of the puzzles and combat scenarios like really, really well, considering that I only played through them once.
Yeah.
It's like, it's kind of baffling me. It's really strange. Like, I remember the news station, and I remember the first time you see the stalkers, and the first time you come across the seraphites, and like the way the actual encounters rooms are shaped, the hospital area like that you get to after that. Like, I'm finding that I actually have retained so much of the level design of this game.
Well, it's a language that you understand, right? It's not like it's not like going through it the first time is like it's a lesson, and then going it through a second time is always like a victory lap in games like The Last of Us. You know, I think like an example that I think would work well or be more apt recently would be like Jedi Survivor. Like, I think that the level design in that was quite clear, and you would.
And it does that Metroidvania thing where when you recontextualize the space and come back around on it, it's sort of, you connect that dot in your brain and you cement the way it feels.
Yeah, like they're basically like just creating neural pathways for you to remember these areas. Which is like it's a smart thing to do. So I think this doesn't quite surprise me. I think that this tracks. I think with these games, especially after playing all of them, you know, and I'm lumping in Uncharted in there.
Yeah. And, you know, it backs up what I've always said since 2020, in that my favorite part of The Last of Us Part 2 is the level design. It's the stealth gameplay. I think it's the best version of The Last of Us gameplay has ever been.
Yeah.
And I fully agree with that at the moment too.
Yeah. That is, for me, never been in question.
Yeah, totally. It's fascinating. I'm realizing how less terrified I am than I was when I played this for the first time. I spent so much time like prone, lying down, like waiting to find the right time, like waiting cycles and cycles of watching guards and trying to stay away from their dogs and stuff like that, stay stealthy the whole time. And I'm like, I remembered this criticism I had of the game when I played it through, in that even although I was on hard, I always had almost too many resources. Like, I was always full on the crafting resources and couldn't pick up more because
you weren't using
because I like, even once I used them, I always found enough to refill my stock and still have full Molotovs, health kits, bombs, whatever.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I've got resources to burn here.
Yeah.
And so I'm going a little less careful. And the game still feels great, and I kind of love it.
Yeah, right.
Like, I love that it facilitates that different style just as well.
Yeah.
I turned the film grain down to 0.
Yeah.
I hate the film grain.
It's not
like
good.
I'm like, the PS5 patch is here, and I turn it on, and I'm looking at the menu, the pause menu, and I'm looking at it on this beautiful 4K display with the PS5 patch. I'm like, this looks like shit.
Like, we get it. You want it to be a HBO show. Like, you're a HBO show.
Yeah.
Which also was never really that nice to look at. Like, just stop it.
I took the film grain off.
Yeah, good.
And it looks so much better.
It sure fucking does.
But yeah, I messaged you when I started playing this, and I said, oh, I'm 4 or 5 hours in. I'm just near the end of that open world area. And I remember saying to you, I'm really enjoying this. This is fun. Like, I like this.
Yeah.
And then I remember saying to you, and I said to you afterwards, is like, oh, wait a minute. Now I'm remembering that this was the part I enjoyed the most the first time, was the start.
Yeah.
And then it stops being this pretty quickly. And then there's 30 more hours of this game.
and like dreadful hours. And I don't mean as in like bad hours. I mean as in hours full of nothing but dread and like despair.
Like, yes, not necessarily entertaining hours.
Yeah,
like
just like upsetting, angry, like deeply unhappy hours. That aren't wonderful.
Yeah. It's fascinating watching, having played part 1, coming straight into part 2, knowing how I feel about part 2 already and seeing how I feel about it going through a second time. I didn't know if I was going to change my opinion or if I would be swayed. Currently, right now, I'm feeling quite sure of how I feel. I feel like the better parts of the game are shining through more because I'm not as susceptible to being disappointed right now, right? Because I know what I'm getting into with the story, as opposed to not knowing and then being disappointed. I'm at a point where it's like, oh, this is about to happen. This is weird.
Yeah.
But man, this combat arena was cool, right?
Yeah.
Like, so the brighter parts are shining through brighter. And I am very interested to get to the second half of the game and then to finish it and see where I land. I don't think it will be very different. And I do think I draw the comparison more and more back to part 1. Not even the like PS5 remake, just literally just the first game in whatever format. And thinking back to how fundamentally different they are in so many ways. Like, there are so many parts of the game that are still that have not been tutorialized to me yet. You know, like I don't have Ellie's full kit yet. I haven't seen the full suite of zombies or even human enemies yet. Like, or an entire faction of human enemies. I haven't seen them in the game yet. And they're a massive part of this game. And it's like, compare that to, like, when you look at the amount of hours I put in The Last of Us Part 2, and I'm maybe at 1/3 of the way through, and you look at the amount of hours it takes for The Last of Us Part 1, and that's like the game would be done by now, it's like boggling. It's like, what? And it makes me ask why they did this. And then it makes me look at God of War Ragnarok and say, why is this game also double the length, you know? They did, and looking at those two games together is like, oh, these are both games where they kind of smashed 2 games into one to turn it into this, like, not just dozen-hour experience, but like dozens and dozens of hours experience. And it's like, I don't know why you did that, and I don't think these games are better for it.
No, I agree. I think the more I like, the more I think about a lot of these games, the more I don't. I think that they want to be big and impressive for the sake of being big and impressive.
Recently, I would say so, yeah.
Like, since...
I don't think Uncharted 4 did that.
No. I think Uncharted 4 is actually kind of separate on its own, because God of War was that, I think. And...
I could see that.
And, like, I think it worked for the most part. It started with... Last of Us 1, but worked. And then that crept into God of War. I think I think Last of Us and God of War are specifically those two ones that managed to like pull it off, but then maybe learn the wrong lessons about why they pulled it off.
Right.
Because it wasn't about length, and it wasn't about sadness, and it wasn't about like, it wasn't
like
about
a different way to tell a story, or
like God of War did at the beginning, but that was like their no cuts thing was that, but it was its own thing. Like, it worked because they designed a story around no cuts. And then Ragnarok came out, and they designed a story and kept no cuts because the first game did. When and we've spoken at length about why they shouldn't have done that, because the game doesn't work as well because they didn't cut it. Camera cut, which again doesn't make any sense, because like the reason you do a no cut thing in a TV show or a movie is because you want to emphasize like a really like a lot of things happening in a very short amount of time.
Yeah,
and make it exciting, and you can't help but be amazed at the medium not actually cutting. like you can't help that. Whereas in a video game, you can do whatever you want. The entirety of Final Fantasy
It's
14,
not like they're filming it without cuts.
exactly, like the entirety of Final Fantasy 14 through all of its expansions could theoretically be done without cuts, but you wouldn't do that because you're not a moron. But like, I'm not saying they were moronic for doing that in Ragnarok, because it's obviously a smaller thing, but like, this wasn't the right decision. This was like, it was the wrong call for the story they were telling. It was the wrong call. And
so just bring it back to Last of Us.
Bring it back to Last of Us. Like the emulation of the feelings that you got when you play through Last of Us 1 for the first time, trying to do that in Last of Us 2, like a lot of it was like, well, what worked in Last of Us 1? It was like, oh, there was gray morality and intense violence and, telling this story that is about people acting like real people. But then it became messy when they did in this, because they did too much of it at once. And the story they told was too big for a singular game to feel like normal.
It really was. One thing I've been struck by is like, I think this story that they were telling in Seattle with the WLF and the Seraphites kind of in the middle of this civil war that like Ellie is completely oblivious to for her entire time there. I think this story in the context of the first game, it would have been like Pittsburgh, right? When they get ambushed by the hunters, and then they're there and you learn about how there was this group of survivors who wandered into town. They've been chasing them down for days. So you hear about the exploits of the hunters as you take them out, and they're talking about it. They're like, oh yeah, we found that group by the bridge. This one lady, she took out a couple of our guys, and it's like, oh, that's interesting. Then you catch up with Henry and Sam, and you find out they were part of that group. And it's like, but at the end of the day, like, it's not a huge story. Like you don't really care about the hunters or the group. You grow to care about Henry and Sam, and they connect.
Told that to the fucking TV show that decided to spend 2 episodes about the hunters that were trying to chase after Henry and Sam.
That's a decent amount of time in there, but like the thing for me is like with the game, it's like this would have been a great setting for like a great area, but then to like pass through it. Instead, it's the whole game.
Yeah.
And it's the whole game that's the size of like a Mass Effect game.
I know.
Like, it baffles me.
And like, not all of it is as good as the rest of it. And so the parts of it that becomes weaker, like, becomes like a drag. And then you get to the more interesting parts of the game, which is like, Abby's relationship with the people that she's with all the time, and and her gang, I think, is really fascinating. And Abby's position,
even like
in
them
this.
splitting off from this new home they found at the WLF, right? Like they did this thing and it changed them, and like they can't stay there anymore. It's just not a fit. They need to go be who they were meant to be.
Yeah. They should have just split at the beginning, and then you don't see them ever. Or you look, I think that Last of Us 2 should have been just completely about Abby. It should have been the Abby part of the game, and then 3 should have been the Ellie part of the Abby story. Like, it should have been...
Or even, like, the Ellie part of the story after Abby if they never caught up in this one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this whole thing... Let's leave it at this, right? But
Last of Us 2.5 is what it is called.
Yeah. The whole, like, simultaneous storyline thing that they have going on here is like theoretically interesting, but what it means is that not only this initial critique I had of Ellie is she's completely emotionally shut off, right? Well, she's dealing with grief and whatever, but it makes her, to me, quite uninteresting as a character throughout this whole game, because she's not giving you anything. She's not giving us anything. Couple that with the fact that she's completely oblivious of this conflict that's going on in the context of the city that she's in. Like, you get these little drips and drabs, but there's nothing for you to actually sink your teeth into, because it's not actually a part of her story. She doesn't care, so she doesn't pick up on the like, oh, they say they're moving supplies to this area, and they're like, oh, that means one of them's there. And that's all we care about at that point in time. And then you get to the second half and you find out what that's all about. And it turns out that's actually kind of the most interesting part of the game. is
Yeah.
what's happening in this context. And like, let's not even go into the like whether it's a good story, because it's this whole like probably analog of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, and that's pretty messed up. But even so, just like not great, but like those factions working together and how they organize their own individuals and move against each other. That's one of the most interesting parts of the game. And you don't get there for 25 hours. Like,
and like the other thing is like Ellie is like, she's curious about the world and she's interested about things. And then is suddenly dropped in this world that she doesn't know anything about, but doesn't bother to think or learn about any of it. And she makes friends with the person that she meets later, and that's a bit more interesting.
Wait, Abby?
Oh, is that Abby?
Abby makes friends with one of the Seraphites.
Lev.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Two of the Seraphites, yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and Ellie, yeah, right.
Ellie's just got her crew from Jackson.
Yeah, because she's got like Diana,
Dina, and Jesse. And
yeah, that's right. She brings like, she doesn't get involved in this world, but she would. And I understand like the the blinders she's got on, because she wants to seek revenge for this seemingly stranger who has murdered her parental figure. I get that, but like, she's not an idiot and would still be curious about a lot of the things that are happening, because we see that through the entirety of the first game and in the second game from the flashback sequences. And it just doesn't track.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, I'm glad I'm enjoying it. Like, I've wanted to keep playing more. I was worried I'd be like grinding my teeth the whole time, like nails on a chalkboard, like, why am I here? It's not that. It's a competent game. I'm glad I'm back.
Stealth gameplay is fucking top. Like, it's great.
Yeah, it's outstanding. But yeah, my mind is not being changed either. So yeah, I'm one very large step closer to that Last of Us 2 video than I've been talking about this whole time, which is very exciting for me.
Yeah.
I like that I'm on this path.
Yeah, me too.
So anyway, thanks for listening to the rant, everyone. Mild spoilers for The Last of Us, but like, The Last of Us Part 2, but like,
it's been years now.
It has been years.
Such limitations on spoilers is like,
yeah, and I mean, the series
well
is coming, but also like
not soon, and also they'll change it, because like they should change it, because that's how.
I think they'll change it a bit, but not enough. It's my bet.
Sure, probably, but like, that show's now on just complete hiatus.
Yeah, because along with many things.
Yes.
Sam has just sent me a photo. They've gotten up from the couch where they were sitting with Fenris, with us on the laptop. Fenris has stayed on the couch with the laptop and is like holding the laptop with us on it. He's like watching us, like,
that's funny, actively.
It's very funny.
Hello, Fenris.
Thank you, Fenris. We're gonna go now because it's a long episode, because of fucking course it is. Thank you so much for listening. It's great to be back. Let us know what you thought of our Super Smash Brothers tier list. Next week, we don't know yet what we're going to do, because we barely figured out what we were going to be doing this week. But
whatever it is will be great.
It'll be something, that's for sure. Yeah, like I said, thank you so much for listening. If you want to make sure you see our next episode, follow our socials. That's at MiniMapAU. You can follow us individually too. Jeremy, where can they follow you on what?
At Obi-Wan Jez everywhere.
I wish I could say everywhere.
Yep.
You can follow me at KJPalmer_24 on Twitter, or you can follow me. I think I'm just at KJ Palmer on Blue Sky, which is my preferred social platform.
Do you want me to change? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I changed your thing.
Oh, I am there, Leo.
Yeah, I changed it because I was like, because you're not on Twitter anymore, because like, why would you? And so I put your new handle there.
I appreciate that. So yeah, Blue Sky. Yeah, I know not everyone's on that yet, but it's honestly been the most enjoyable one so far.
It seems to be the one.
When the floodgates open, I'm sure it'll change mood and vibe drastically. But
yeah,
yeah, it's definitely the best one so far. Hey, for everything else Minimap related, you can go to minimap.com.au, our website, for absolutely everything else that we've done, including the Mini Disc podcast, our Game Club podcast, our Kissability pop culture ranking podcast, the pecking order, our written articles are all there. For those of you that are live with us on Twitch, stick around. We're about to start the post show. For those of you listening later on podcast services, on Stitcher, I'm so sorry, or on YouTube as well. If you could give us a positive rating wherever you are listening to us or watching us, it helps a lot. Unless you're on Stitcher, then feel free to give us that thumbs down therapy if you need it. And yeah, we're live each week when we record this on Twitch, 7:30 p.m. Monday nights, Australian Eastern Standard Time. Feel free to come and join us if you're free then. It's a great time. Lastly, if you wanted to support us monetarily, if you like what you're hearing and you want to help us out, you could go to Patreon to help us keep the lights and mics on. That's patreon.com/minimapau. And for $5 you'll get 24 hours of early access for all episodes of the MiniMapCast, as well as some more benefits, all while helping us out greatly. We'll be back next week. I hope we'll be back next week. I thought I'd be back the last time, but anyway, we'll be back next week. Have a good week. We'll see you then.